Hey there everyone, I'm Laura at Love from the Loam. Today we've got something completely new for you. I'm going to be starting this whole channel out. This is going to be the inaugural video. I'll just go through a few things first and then we'll get right into it. So I'm planning to, for this channel, do videos twice a week. And I'll basically be talking about, in general, game design, card game design, and then cube game design. That's basically how it's going to go, and for now at least, my main two things are going to be, I will look at each of the featured cubes each week on Cubecobra. We'll have a quick look through their design goals and that sort of thing, and then we'll do a test draft and see what fun stuff we can pull out of it at the end. So today we're going to start with the Kulvo Kuubik. So I had a quick look at it beforehand. It's a high power cube, but unpowered. So they've got some very low variance honorary power. So Cradle, Mox Diamond, Mana Crit, Sol Ring, Vault, Grim Monolith, Ancient Tomb. Like really fast mana. If you don't have Moxen, these are the next best thing you can get. We can go through a few things. There's, it's all fairly standard as it goes through, but it looks like it's a very solid cube. So we've got RDW is good. White Weenie is good. Recurring aggro. Black aggro is something that we're definitely going to talk about if we get into it, but it's a super interesting archetype. Green Fatties, if you got Gaia's Cradle, that's all you need to be wanting. You want that, you want Mana Dorks, you just want to go for big stuff. Blue-Black Reanimator, an absolute classic. Lots of looting, lots of discard, bring stuff back. Grizzlebrand, big boy. Rakdos Sacrifice, this has been getting a lot of value over time, and I'm glad to see Blood Artist and Falconwrath Aristocrat. Hopefully we'll see some stuff like maybe Judith has made it in. There might be a few other little pieces. Disruptive Aggro for Orzhov, that's very interesting. So Orzhov, I've always had a bit of trouble finding a color identity, like an identity for it. And Disruptive Aggro just makes a lot of sense. Red-Green Lands Matter, there's a lot of good cards here. Red and 6, love it. Combo Toolbox for White-Green, again, a color pair that always struggles to find its niche for me. But yeah, Heliod Ballista combo, L down, rescore, you find whatever you need, it's great. Blue-red classic Kiki combo, blue-red cheat, and blue-red spellslinger combo. We've all seen these and they're all great. Blue-green ramp control. This is your classic Simic stuff. I don't see Oko here, but we might see him in the draft. White-blue classic control. Look, you're gonna get it. It's just gonna happen. It's Azorius control. What's more to say? 5-color artifact ramp. I did see in there right at the top they said that there was very good fixing. So 5-color artifact ramp, very possible, and just generally 5-color good stuff. There's the Oko. So that's something we'll be looking into if we go into blue-green for sure. Build around. So we've got Pod, Opposition, Winter Orb, Mystic, Channel, Necropotent, Sky's Cradle, Tolarian Academy, and Field of the Dead. Oh, Field of the Dead. That's nice. So overall, this is a high power cube. We're going to be drafting to win is the idea. And, the bots on here aren't necessarily the greatest, but we're going to see what we can do to make a great deck. So we can have a quick look at the list if we like. I wonder what these are. So he'll be cutting them soon. And these are combo pieces. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. Interesting. Do love to see people spicing up their lists a bit more and making sure that, they're a lot more approachable for people coming into it. All right, so we'll just do a standard draft here. 8 seats, 3 packs each, 15 per pack. Bots. Start the draft. All right. So let's have a look at this. Lots of lands. Lots and lots of lands. We do have that Tolarian Academy. That's a very strong opening. Umzawa's Jisei, also really good open pick. Probe, pretty open pick. You don't have to be doing much. Mana Confluence if we want to go for the 5-color good stuff. I'd rather avoid 5-color good stuff. I like it sometimes. It's just sometimes food. Not for me today. I'm feeling like the GT. Make sure you let me know what you'd pick though, because there are definitely a lot of good options here, especially for the Green Suns for the toolbox combo, Emery if you get doing a lot of reanimator stuff with some artifacts. But I'll try out the GT. What's standing out to me here? A lot less lands. Interesting. I'm looking for cheap, efficient creatures that can hold a GT, basically. I don't often like picking a multicolor card this early, but Spell Queller, it's a heck of a card. Oh, sorry, there is one lander here. Den of the Bugbear. This art always gets me. Always makes me think it's a creature or something. I'm just going to pick Spell Quell here. It's a flyer, holds things well, counters a spell on the way down. Ooh, okay, we've got some good stuff here. So we're looking at blue-white, or something like splashing white or splashing blue, something like that. We want to be in that area. And if we're wanting to have white in there at all, I think Lingering Souls is an absolute slam dunk, especially if we just want lots of little cheap creatures. Celestial Colonnade normally doesn't go too great with Umezawa's GTA just because it falls off at the end. In fact, Fairy Conclave might be a better pick for us here, although I think Celestial Colonnade might be better just for the mana fixing ability as well. Alright, we've got a Sword of Fire and Ice, another powerful equipment. Shame to have Show and Tell and Emrakul in the same pack. Feels pretty bad going around. Now, so the question for me this pack is, am I taking Sword of Fire and Ice or am I taking Bribery? Because I know that somebody in this draft is going to have an Emrakul. Someone's got to pick it. And if I'm up against them, I might just get it for free, basically, with Bribery. I do think Sword of Fire and Ice is more on theme for us. And I don't expect Bribery to come around, but I feel like Sword of Fire and Ice might just be too powerful to give up. Up next, we have some spicy ones. Okay, so our only card that's in our colors here is Solitude. Solitude's an incredibly powerful card. Really strong removal and does a lot. However, Grim Monolith helps us ramp out, equipment abilities and that sort of thing. And another card I'm looking at is Lelia for a haste body that can pick stuff up and get you card advantage as well as a growing body. That card always overperforms for me. I feel like in this we want to be taking Grim Monolith because we want to be activating abilities pretty often. Alright, so what's speaking to me here? We've got, Zayatora's, that's the Jund one. Not going to be too great here. We could go Urza. We do have 3 artifacts so far in 2 equipment and a Grim Monolith. We could do that, or we could take Khan, Scion of Urza, make some constructs, make some big guys there. I feel like I would like an Urza. Really can't go wrong, honestly. Urza's so strong. The only card here that's really standing out as one that we would super want is Monastery Mentor. I have been considering a red splash in this as we go along, and Ajani Vengeance is a strong pick for it, but it's Monastery Mentor, you just don't pass it up, it's so strong. Now we're back to our first pack, and I think Tolarian Academy might be the one we go for. We've got Urza. We know that we want some more artifacts in here as well. I think Tolarian Academy is going to do a lot for us. Here, maybe we go Retrofit a Foundry, really lean into the artifacts theme. Thraben Inspector makes an artifact. Can't really go wrong with it. Now, here's an interesting one. So Saheeli does do stuff, does make artifacts moderately quickly. It's that or Fact or Fiction, which is a very strong card advantage spell. I wonder, if I was playing with some new players, I'd be taking Fact or Fiction, but if I'm assuming I'm drafting with the best, I'll take Saheeli. Bribery came around. These bots are silly sometimes. And we got Khan. Alright. All 15 picks were in our colours. That's what we're after. So, Opposition. This is a pretty powerful card here. Definitely a build around, and definitely something we could do with Lingering Souls here. Saheeli making a lot of tokens. Urza making a token. Khan making a token. We don't have Tinker or anything. We're not really going to get up to Inkwell Leviathan, hopefully. Not too quickly, at least. Serum Visions, good card. Not necessary. We don't currently have any reason to splash green. I don't particularly want to. Opposition, I think, is our pick. Brainstorm, now that's a card and a half. I think we're kind of away from the equipment sub-theme now. I think Grafted War Gear wouldn't quite do us as well as we'd like, and I think for the moment we want card selection. I think Brainstorm is going to be powerful. Really looking for a fetch land now if we can get one. Now, I think... So, Treasure Cruise, good card. Counterspell, good card. Torrential Gearhulk, good card. I'm not looking for a Torrential Gearhulk this game, I don't think. We don't have too many instants or sorceries, really. We have a lot of permanent spells. We do have Bribery, which would be great, but I mean, Bribery on 5, Gearhulk on 6, you already won the game. Don't worry about it. So I think we'll take Treasure Cruise as good card advantage. Mana Vault Key here, standing out for me. Sheldock. Sheldon's Isle. We don't have anything to put under it yet, and we have already passed around an Emrakul. I feel like we might just want to take... I think we're taking Mana Vault. If that Khan somehow comes around, or... Like, I'm happy taking Khan, Wormcoil, or Sheldock on the way round. Thalia Lieutenant we're not really doing anything with, and I mean, I won't be sad with Dauntless Bodyguard, and Revlark's not doing anything for us, so I think it's Mana Vault here. Well, there's a great land for us. So we actually have a really interesting decision. We've got Hallowed Fountain here, which, you know, can come in untapped, very important. We've got Spyro's Headquarters, which always comes in tapped, but allows us to splash a bit further, or maybe cycle it in the late game. Or we've got City of Brass, which also comes in untapped, but hurts us every time. I think, because we've got the Lingering Souls here, and we only want a very light black splash, I feel like we want the City of Brass. We have even more lands here, and looking at them, yeah, I don't think we want... Urza's Saga. I think Urza's Saga works well here. There are 3 other lands in this pack that I'm happy coming around with. Honestly, 4. I would take any of the lands in this pack pretty happily. And I think Urza's Saga is the most important one. Now, here... Oh, interesting. So, the cards I'm looking at, I mean, Swift Reconfiguration, Pestamite, we don't have any combo, so I'm not looking at Pestamite. Ancestral Vision has worked better than I thought it would. I've always been a little bit skeptical of this. And Mechagodzilla, not really a big fan of it in this sort of deck. So we're really looking at the Emperor or Swift Reconfiguration. They're both removal spells. Wandering Emperor is a stronger one, and Swift Reconfiguration can also be a combo piece. I feel like we want the Wandering Emperor. We currently don't have any lands that we can fetch, though we are hoping to wheel at least one. This would let us get a black splash easier as well. Phantasmal Image is also a great consideration here, but I don't think it's going to be for us. I guess we're taking Serum Visions. You know, it is a strong card. I think I'm taking War Gear, but I don't think it's going to make the main deck. We'll take Gearhulk in case we don't get any other late game stuff. Sheldock Isle came around. We're happy about it. Spyro's Headquarters. That's fetchable land. We'll take the Hallowed Fountain here. And Lotus Cobra. Not going to be me here. Alright, so we've got a lot of options here. So Day of Judgment, very powerful. We are wanting to make a lot of creatures though, so a board wipe isn't as good here as it normally is in white. Unexpectedly Absent, good spell. Not my first pick though. Council's Judgment, it just gets rid of something. It just does it. It's gone. But so is Prismatic Ending, and I think I would rather take Council's Judgment over Prismatic Ending, because hopefully I'm not judgmenting a 2-drop. you know. I would much rather use I would much rather use it on a 4-drop or a 5-drop. And prismatic ending, you know, we can get it up to 4 with the lands that we've got. Technically, we can get it to 5. But I would rather have Council's Judgment here. Other considerations, I mean, Seaver Exile, we're not comboing. Gideon is alright, he's okay. But I'm not a big fan. Storming Entity, we're not casting enough instants or sorceries to make it work. And Talisman, we're not needing to ramp too quickly here. We're doing it pretty consistently. Alright. I am looking at Luris of the Dream Den because, so Luris, you can cast 1 permanent spell with mana value 2 or less, so it's not too many actually. It's less than I thought we had. That's right, I'm no longer looking at Luris. In that case, I think our best choice is either Shark Typhoon or Polluted Delta, and I think the fixing is just more important at the moment. Brazen Burrow just beats down. We could be picking a balance here, but I mean, we're doing artifacts and creatures. Balance isn't going to be great for us, I don't think. We are looking. So Chromox here, pretty important. It can get us some early stuff out, just a little earlier, but I don't know that it's going to make it too great. Reflect Mage. It's okay. It's alright. I think I just want something really efficient here. Spell Pierce, it just wins games sometimes. So we took Thraben Inspector. It was kind of a forced pick, but we took it. Hard Evidence is kind of Thraben Inspector, and I think it's good enough to look into it. So out of this pack, there is Treachery. That is the only card that we would be playing in our colors. I'm not upset to see it, honestly. Not upset one bit. So out of these, so how many pieces of removal are we already happy running? Not many. Not many is the answer. So I think Swords to Plowshares has to be our pick here. Oko. Hello, Oko. Hello to Fairy. Look, we've got a Triome that can splash green for Oko, but I feel like we'd just be kidding ourselves. And look, 5 Fairy just absolutely just wins games. I think in that case, we might actually be looking at the Talisman of Hierarchy. We've got a decent number of 4s, 5s, and 6s, which is really where you want to be looking in the curve if you're picking up a Talisman, because you play that on 2, which ramps you, if you play a land, up to 4. So you get these things a turn earlier. Also gives us another black splash piece. Taking Shark Typhoon pretty happily here. Witching Well, it's an artifact. I don't know if it's going to make it. We'll take Thalia. She's decent. There's a lot of non-basic lands. Who's not taking Necropotence? I'm not sure. Alright, so that is our draft. Let it sort itself out and we can build the deck and talk about it. So we're going to cut Lotus Cobra. We could keep Uro as a splash piece because we do have a Spira's Headquarters and a City of Brass. But I have a feeling that it's not going to work out great because you really also want the escape side, and I don't think I want to be adding basics for him here. I think we've got enough playable cards that we don't need to look into it. Student of Warfare is too aggressive for our deck, I think. We just don't have enough pure white pips to go for it. Sorry. So we've also... So let me pull out the mana rocks that we've got. So Grim Monolith, Talisman, and do we get anything else? No, okay. So these are our 3 rocks. We've got a 1, a 2, and a 2. They're pretty good, and they will help us get to things later on. Looking through here... We didn't... Oh, we've ended up with a couple fetch lands. Brainstorm is still very strong. Witching Well. If we come back to it... yeah. If we come back to it, Witching Well's getting the cut. I think... Grafted War Gear, we don't really want to be sacrificing any of our creatures aside from maybe stuff from Lingering Souls. We like them all. Thalia's decent. Brazen Borrower's decent. Council Judgment. Sahili, yeah. What would we be copying? Constructs? Gearhulk, I suppose. I'll cut her, and if we need more, we can add her back in. Mentor is just... Mentor's good enough. Spell Queller. Are we still happy with Spell Queller? Yes, we are. Yeah. Urza, Khan, Opposition. I don't think we want Opposition here. I might be wrong. Opposition is an incredibly powerful card, but I think in this case we just don't quite want them. We've got Fairy Hero of Dominaria, Treachery, and Bribery. So they kind of do a lot of the same stuff here. Gearhulk can get us back Bribery, Souls, Council's Judgment. I think Gearhulk's not quite doing it here. Like, the best hit is Bribery, the second best hit is Council's Judgment. I think it's just too expensive. We have 27 non-lands at the moment. Maybe we can cut down on Serum Visions. It's the worst of our cantrips at the moment, and I'm considering Treasure Cruise a pretty cheap spell here. And I think, yeah, we take out Witching Well. We're at 25. So just need to cut one more, which might just be Thalia. Thalia is strong, and she is a clock, like a 3/2 first strike, a lot more powerful than it could be, especially when you have Umezawa's Jite. That card, like first strike and Jite, powerful combination. But I think sometimes you just need to make tough decisions. Yeah, I think we want to keep all of our fast mana in so that we can get an early Teferi, earlier Khan, Wandering Emperor, Treachery, you know how it goes. Now, if we have a quick look through our land section here, so we've got Collard, we're happy. Tolarian Academy, we're happy. We've got a lot of artifacts. Mutavault, less happy. I don't think I want a colorless land in here, especially if I've got, this many 1-drops that need colors. I want to be able to cast, a cantrip on one, that sort of thing. City of Brass, amazing. Urza's Saga, it's an exception. Urza's Saga, it wins games. It literally just wins games by itself. Marsh Flats and Polluted Delta are grabbing Hallowed Fountain, Spyro's Headquarters. Grabbing those two awesome basics, which is fine. Shelldock Isle, we're happy enough with. Yeah, I'd be happy putting in a Shark Typhoon or a Treachery or something like that. Headquarters, we're good. Hallowed Fountain, we're good. So we have one card that has a black splash, and we currently have one way of producing black. I would like 3 ways of producing black, and if I add one swamp, each of these fetch lands could turn into that swamp. So I think I'm happy adding one swamp. How many more do we need? So that's 33 to 34, so we need 6 more. Happy going a 3-3 split for those. So add basic lands. Ooh, nice. 1 swamp. Got 3 islands. 3 plains. Add them. Wonderful, 40 cards, and we'll name the deck Blue, White, Tempo. Not much of a description for this. If they want to go, they can go see the video. And we'll save that deck. So that's kind of how the Kulvo cube works. This is a wonderful cube, and I'm really glad to see it. All right, sweet. Thank you everyone for watching Love from the Loam. You can find me on Twitter and that sort of thing. It'll all be down in the description, and I'll be seeing you back here soon. Sweet. Have a good day.